17 years ago.
70 years ago.
No. 17
Mm-hmm.
years ago.
Yeah.
Seems like a long time. On a Saturday, just like today.
Yeah.
What happened?
We met.
Hey.
We met at the Bickett Gallery
Oh, that's great.
in 2004.
I was bartending.
Mm-hmm. I was playing music. Classic.
The kids are moving around in the other room, and our camper is very shaky. Sorry. Yeah, a little different now.
Well, we have teenagers, so...
Almost 16-year-olds, so clearly.
If you do the math...
It was a fateful night.
We didn't have sex that night, if that's what you're wondering.
No, we didn't even kiss until after we decided to get married.
This is true.
Yeah.
We
People
got
did
married
wonder, though.
3 months after we met.
No, shh.
Oh,
Spoiler.
maybe we should start over. I didn't know we weren't telling anybody that.
No, we have to just talk about how we met. So I was bartending.
Mm-hmm.
I'd been doing a photo shoot that day for my
Project.
art exhibit. And then you needed some screens. You needed a screen to reprint your album cover.
Right.
You were using whiteout.
That was just for you. I didn't really do that, I don't think, for... Did you get one that was white out?
Yeah.
Oh. I only think I did a few of those. That's going to be super rare and worth a lot of money someday.
Mm.
If you
I might have
still
thrown
have
it
it.
away.
Yeah, I think you might have thrown it away.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then, so we decided to go dumpster diving.
Right. So
afterwards. But that's actually kind of tomorrow.
technically that was on June 13th.
Yeah.
So we're
On the
doing
12th,
this all wrong.
We just met. We just, I'd screen printed on you.
Right. So we came in at around 5 o'clock, if I remember correctly. We got some... did we ask you where to get pizza? Because we got Lily's. I remember that.
I do love Lily's. I might have told you to get Lily's.
Yeah. So someone went and got pizza. We loaded all the equipment in, and we set up and did a quick sound check. And all the boys were trying to talk to you. All the single boys, anyway. But not me. I wasn't.
Not you. You were like, I don't need that lady.
I had kissed dating goodbye. Never read that book, but my mom bought me a few copies.
She had high hopes.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked finally.
It finally worked
You
because we
didn't
never
date me.
dated.
That was perfect.
I could write that book.
I've never read it. I don't know what it's about.
I've
but
never read it either.
I assume it's about not dating.
Hey, we're in favor of that.
Yeah, that was...
We believe dating creates false scenarios. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's a topic for
pretty
another
problematic. I mean, marrying someone you don't know is also somewhat problematic.
also problematic. And we'll get to that.
But what else? What else was fun? Just I screen printed on you. You got my logo.
You screen printed on all of us. There were about
did.
10 of us in the 2 bands that were traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember screen printing rock across that one guy's chest.
I don't know who that was. Zach?
No, it wasn't Zach. I think that was the only time I ever saw him.
Oh, Ryan. That was Ryan. Ryan played like trombone and a bunch of other things. He was only in the band for like that tour, I think.
Oh, interesting. Definitely made it super fun.
Yeah, he had great energy. I think he produces records now in Nashville. Ryan, if you
cool.
see this,
Hi.
hi. Hope you're doing well, bud.
I want to see your rock tattoo. It's like you try it out and you're like, yeah, I do like that actually.
So that was June 12th, 2024. 2024.
That was us
In the
meeting.
future.
In the future. not gonna-
2004. 2004.
Yeah.
It was a great night. There was lots of people there. The show went really well.
Yeah.
And that was the J. Roddy Walson's
so
first
many people
performance
there.
ever in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah. And that was,
The
like,
next
most
time he
people
played, there
performed.
were
was 5 of
very
us.
few. But that time there were quite a few, and I don't know why. I guess Viswas was playing.
It's Viswas.
Everybody came
And
to
people
see
came
him.
to see you.
That's true. A handful of people
Which
came
is
to see me,
crazy.
which is crazy.
I mean, my cousin came to see
Had
you.
I known, I'd have played some of those songs from the record they had heard, but they hadn't heard. I had a new record out, and I was playing those songs, but they had only heard the previous record.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
there were some people that came to see you, which was cool. I didn't know them, and yet.
You knew your cousin.
Oh, yeah. I had met him previously.
Hi, Daniel. We miss you. Hope to see you soon. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it was obviously a fateful night. Well, we'll talk about what happened after midnight.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
so really briefly, I just want to say, like, previous history, so, like, up to that point in time, like, I even in high school, I was just like, I don't know that God's gonna do a really good job of picking out someone for me, because, you know, I grew up in church, and, I don't know.
You didn't like Christian guys. You thought they
I
were...
wasn't attracted to them. I mean, there were some Christian guys that were cool and that I was friends with, but I think by and large, I just had this, like, idea that God would give me some, like, super guy that I just wasn't attracted to. And that was going to be terrible for me. So I was like, I got a God. And then, like, you know.
Tried that for a decade.
More.
I don't know, you were only 27 when we got married. More than a decade?
Yeah, I didn't start dating when I was 17.
You dated before you were 17?
I know. I hadn't read the Kiss Dating Goodbye book.
Unscandalized.
So I think I finally got to the point where I was like, this hasn't really worked out well. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of an all or nothing person. So it's like, it's on or it's not on. And I just, you know, I had a bunch of relationships, and I was just like, I don't want to have another failed relationship. So,
Same. I was in the same boat.
Yeah.
I had gotten out of the second long kind of, you know, more than a year relationship in a row, and I was just really over it. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I was really tired of it. And
I think one thing that I had learned, actually, like dating a bunch of non-Christians, I dated one Christian guy. No, it's not true. I dated two Christian guys. Was that you can be in love with someone but not be compatible with them. So, or not
so that's really tough.
want the same things as them. Like, I realized, so I dated a guy for 5 years, and at some point during that 5 years, I realized that, like, I really want to be married to a Christian because I love God, and I wanted to be married to someone who loved God so that we could go on that journey together. And so I broke up with him, but then we got back together, and I don't know. It's hard to break up with someone, right? You know, like, you love them and you want to be with them, and you fight against the fact that
they're not right for you.
Yeah, they're not right for you, even though you really love them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wanted to love someone who I was also, like, going to grow with.
Mm-hmm. Well, the spiritual dimension to a human is the most vast dimension to the human. And so if you can't share that, then it's largely just physical. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know how long you want to go with this, but we can always edit it down, I guess. I had only ever seriously dated girls that did believe in God, have a relationship with God. My problem was I was really good at deciding that person was the one and just kind of going all in. But then years, months down the line, realizing they're not the one, but having like really invested, but more than that, really like I'm a very persuasive person. So I like had done like really won them over. Yeah, convinced them. And then yeah, and then I was the jerk who was like, actually, no, I'm sure this isn't right. So I had done that twice in a row, and I was just like, this is, I don't want to do this again. Yeah, I was a jerk. I really was. But I wanted to be married so badly. So if enough of the boxes were checked, I was just like, great, all right, let's just do this.
Yeah, sounds good.
And so I just kind of was like, never mind, God, I'm really bad at this. I don't want to try again. I don't want to try and fail.
Yeah.
Again. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's really cool that we were both in that place when we were like
surrendered to a certain extent.
Yeah, well, at least to know like not picking the person out for ourselves and wanting God to show us who to be with.
Yeah.
So that was important. And I think that's kind of why, like, neither of us, like, really was, like, we hung out and talked, but I think it wasn't like, hey, are you, you know?
Well, I think if you were to characterize our conversations between when we met and when we decided to get married, I would think the most accurate thing to say would we were being brutally honest with the other person to the extent of trying to scare them away. Mm-hmm. Because we wanted to kind of just put everything on the table.
We weren't playing around for sure.
Mm-hmm. Which is almost the opposite of dating, really. In dating, you're trying to determine exactly what the other person wants and be as close to that as you can. We were doing the exact opposite.
I don't think I was trying to dissuade you. I think I was being honest with you.
No, but we were being brutally honest.
You did tell me you liked all. Never mind, that's later.
You're going to talk about my food preferences?
Yes. Okay. You said you like all the foods.
Well, relatively, I had really expanded and taken on a lot of new horizons. When I told
your sister that you said that, she said, Mike, you lied to a girl to impress her?
Oh, come on. Everybody lies to impress people.
Anyway, but that's later. We hadn't had a conversation about food.
I'm just saying that in general, we were trying to be brutally honest. But yeah, that's actually way later. We're talking about June 12th.
June 12th. I just said I laid eyes on you.
2004. Yeah, you laid eyes on me.
Put some paint on you.
Screen printed on my arm. And you noticed that I picked the design that represented you personally. Mm-hmm. I was the only one that did that.
Good move, babe.
All right, stay tuned for more from June 13th of 2004.
Signing off.
Good night.